You probably feel like you are doing everything right. You read the right books, you put in the hours, and you optimize your routine to squeeze every drop of productivity out of your day. Yet, no matter how hard you pedal, it feels like you are stuck in the exact same spot, while other people effortlessly glide past you. For years, we have been told that getting ahead is simply a matter of merit. The standard advice says that if you work hard and develop your skills, you will naturally rise to the top. If you are not rising, the implication is that you are doing something wrong. But recent research into economics and social mobility reveals a completely different story. The reason you feel stuck has nothing to do with your work ethic or your morning routine. It comes down to a hidden structural mechanism that economists have recently identified. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly what this invisible barrier is and how recognizing it can completely change the way you approach your career. Chapter 1: The Zero-Sum Game of Success. To understand why you cannot get ahead, we first need to look at the basic math of social mobility. When economists talk about moving up in the world, they measure it in two ways. Absolute mobility means you simply make more money than your parents did at your age. For a long time, economic growth guaranteed that almost everyone experienced absolute mobility. But relative mobility is what we actually care about when we talk about getting ahead. Relative mobility is about your rank in society. Here's the uncomfortable mathematical truth about relative mobility. The top 20% of the income bracket can only ever hold 20% of the population. For you to move up into that top tier, someone who is currently in that tier must fall out of it. Upward mobility mathematically requires downward mobility. We love to celebrate the underdog who climbs the ladder, but we completely ignore the reality of who is supposed to be sliding down. This leads us to the real problem you are facing. Chapter 2: The discovery of the glass floor. For decades, researchers focused entirely on the glass ceiling, which is the invisible barrier preventing talented people from rising to the top. But recently, researchers at the London School of Economics discovered something arguably much more powerful. They found what they call the glass floor. The glass floor is an invisible safety net built by affluent parents to prevent their less capable children from sliding down the social ladder. The researchers tracked thousands of children from birth into their adult lives. They found that children from wealthy backgrounds who displayed low academic ability at age 5 were significantly more likely to become high earners than brilliant children from poorer backgrounds. Even when the less capable wealthy kids performed worse in school, they still ended up in top-tier jobs. The affluent parents effectively rigged the game to protect their children from natural downward mobility. Because those kids never fell, the spots at the top remained occupied, leaving absolutely no room for the hard-working people trying to climb up. Chapter 3: The Mechanics of Opportunity Hoarding. You might be wondering how these parents actually construct this glass floor. Sociologists use a term called opportunity hoarding to describe this exact behavior. Opportunity hoarding happens when people in positions of power use their resources to secure exclusive advantages for their children, effectively locking everyone else out. This doesn't always look like cartoonish corruption or blatant bribery. It usually looks like a father asking a friend to give his son a lucrative entry-level job. It looks like wealthy families buying homes in extremely expensive neighborhoods just to access elite public schools that nobody else can afford. These families monopolize the networks, the best educational resources, and the insider knowledge required to navigate competitive industries. They hoard all the stepping stones to success. When you try to get ahead, you are not just competing against someone else's skills, you are competing against an entire lifetime of hoarded opportunities that were specifically designed to keep you from taking their place at the table. Chapter 4: The Unpaid Internship Trap. One of the most effective tools for opportunity hoarding is the unpaid internship. In many competitive industries today, getting a permanent job requires having previous experience. The catch is that this initial experience is almost always unpaid. For someone from a normal background who needs to pay rent and buy groceries, working for free for 6 months is completely impossible. But for the child of wealthy parents who can subsidize their living expenses, an unpaid internship is just an extended networking event. This creates an artificial filter that has absolutely nothing to do with talent or work ethic. The affluent child gets the prestigious internship, which then translates into a high-paying job later. You are not failing to get ahead because your resume is weak or because you are not trying hard enough. You are simply encountering a structural barrier that was deliberately left in place to weed out anyone who does not have a wealthy benefactor backing them up financially. Chapter 5. The Myth of Merit and Soft Skills. When the glass floor prevents talented people from rising, society has to invent a reason to explain why the same families stay at the top. The most common justification is the concept of soft skills. When a mediocre candidate from a privileged background gets the promotion over you, managers will rarely admit it was due to connections. Instead, they will say the other person was just a better cultural fit or had a more polished executive presence. These vague terms often just serve as code words for having grown up in a certain social class. The affluent candidate knows exactly how to speak the corporate language, play the right sports, and navigate office politics because they were immersed in that specific culture their entire lives. You might be the most competent person in your department, but you will constantly lose out to people who simply know the secret handshakes of the upper class. Recognizing this bias is the first step to freeing yourself from the guilt of not advancing. Chapter 6. Dropping the burden of blame. Understanding the glass floor fundamentally changes how we should view our own careers. The self-improvement industry wants you to believe that every failure is completely your own fault. They sell you the idea that if you just optimized your sleep schedule or read another book on leadership, you would finally break through to the next level. But internalizing that message is deeply toxic when you are playing a game with rigged mechanics. When you realize that the top of the social ladder is artificially protected by a glass floor, you can stop blaming yourself for every rejection. This is not an excuse to stop trying, but rather a permission slip to let go of the immense shame associated with feeling stuck. You are navigating an incredibly complex system designed to preserve the status quo. Releasing the burden of personal blame allows you to conserve your mental energy for strategies that actually work, instead of endlessly punishing yourself for things outside your control. Chapter 7. Navigating the rigged board. Now that you know the board is rigged, you can change how you play the game. Trying to climb the traditional corporate ladder often means banging your head against the glass floor from underneath. Instead of fighting for the exact same coveted spots that wealthy families are hoarding, you have to look for lateral moves into emerging fields. New industries and unconventional career paths don't have entrenched glass floors yet because the old money networks haven't figured out how to control them. You can also start building your own parallel networks. Instead of trying to break into exclusive circles, focus on collaborating with other ambitious people who are also locked out of the traditional system. When you pool your resources and share opportunities with your peers, you create your own structural advantages. The game might be rigged, but once you clearly see the hidden rules, you can stop playing their version of the game and start designing a path where your actual talent truly matters.